about it.
What's
Welcome all of you who wish to gaze upon my meaty glory.
And who wish to hear my sexy voice.
All right, so anyway, we were saying about the whole Jar Jar being a Sith Lord thing.
Yeah, I dig this theory. My view on the theory is, yeah, that's probably where he was going with it. But he admitted, and a lot of people have admitted, that since people hated Jar Jar so much, he had to change some shit.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I mean, I could see it.
Jar Jar is so likable, he's unlikable.
He's not likable at all. People hate Jar Jar.
Yeah.
I think Jar Jar's voice speaking all evil and Sith-like would be kind of cool.
We should figure out a way to superimpose Jar Jar's talking and syncing his lips with, "Yes, my young apprentice."
It wouldn't work, though, because we don't have dialogue of that guy saying it. But,
Or like Photoshop or video shop his face on Emperor Palpatine's body during that final Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker battle.
no, that'd be terrible. That'd be awful. I don't know. I think that's what they were going to do with it, and I don't think they're going to do anything with it in the fucking new movies. So,
Well, hell, freaking Jar Jar. I mean, unless Gungans like live so much longer than humans, Jar Jar's probably dead by then. Between that and the Clone Wars.
you think if Jar Jar, since Emperor Palpatine becomes like a big puffy monster, you think if Jar Jar goes all full Sith, he turns into a boss nass?
Possibly.
I'm getting no audio from John.
Technical difficulties.
John is not smarter than his computer.
Is it on now?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Let us take, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds to laugh at Jared Fogle starting now.
Even his sentence is under 18.
Oh, shit. I listened to some of them tapes they played on Dr. Phil. Wow.
What? I haven't heard those tapes.
This chick was like recording conversations between the two of them for a while where they were like having phone sex, and he was describing all the nasty shit he wants to do to little kids in great detail.
Like saying this to a little kid?
No, saying this to this chick that he thought was going to go on a magical molestation adventure with him.
Oh, shit.
He's like, we could go to Thailand. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I ever want to eat Subway again. Yeah, I do.
I'm sorry, Subway's too delicious.
Subway is too delicious.
Yeah.
Buy me Subway. I'll let you touch my boobies.
I want to touch your boobies.
Okay. Buy me Subway.
You'll owe me a slow jack and a ball rub. How does that sound?
All right. Sounds good. Don't ask, because we won't tell.
Yep.
Anyway.
It's like the Army before they pass that law.
Okay, other shit I want to talk about in the world before we get on topic, because Teddy's not here. Caitlyn Jenner winning Woman of the Year. No. A prerequisite of being Woman of the Year should be that you have to be a woman for the entire year.
Yep.
So, no. Give it to them girls that won the fucking Army Ranger position.
Right?
Because that shit is hard as fuck to do no matter what gender you are.
Army Rangers is like super elite. Like very few people.
Somebody tries to rape this chick, she can snap his dick off and kill him with it now. She's an Army Ranger.
Even if fucking Caitlyn Jenner was a woman for a year, she still doesn't deserve that over a fucking Army Ranger.
The hardest thing about being a woman is deciding what to wear. Oh, man.
So, speaking of Army Rangers, you know, rare breeds and all that, here's for my exciting news today that I figured out. And I'm going to share. I play bass.
I would just like to point out that what you are about to do is basically making you a target for every motherfucker that would watch it and go, let's go rob that nigga.
Yeah.
So even all two people.
Yeah.
You never know.
People don't know where I live.
It's not hard to find out where a person lives in this world.
Anyway, go on.
I have figured out that I found out today that a bass that I bought from a pawn shop a couple years ago for $175 was the equivalent of catching a unicorn. Like super fucking rare.
Okay.
Less than 100, didn't you say?
Like 40 to 60, exactly like mine have only been made. And that was back in 1990.
And somebody's wanting to buy it off of you for a shit ton of money, I take it?
No, I just found out it's super rare and, you know, got really excited. It's not a well-known brand. And it's not a very sought-after brand, so monetary value isn't going to be there like a super rare bass like it would be.
Unless you happen to find a collector who's specifically interested.
Yeah, but it's like the guy who told me, who told me about it and told me how rare it was. You're not even going to get as much as you would like a 2-year-old Fender made in America Fender.
That's still a pretty good price.
Yeah, but like
you're not going to get 10 grand out of it, is what you're saying.
No, I'm lucky to get lucky to get more than a few hundred because of the very, very small notability of the brand of it and how many people know this bass.
But like I said, if you came across a specialty collector who was specifically looking for it,
yeah,
you could probably get a lot of money out of it due to its rarity.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely. Like that limited niche of collectors, I could probably get a healthy chunk of change. Am I gonna? No, that bass says.
Yeah, that's not how it works for musicians. You find out you have a rare instrument, you're just like, yep, and it's still mine.
It's still mine. It will always be mine, and I will hunt down and kill a motherfucker if it becomes not mine.
I once heard a guitarist say, I'd rather lose my dick than my guitar.
I'd rather lose my dick than lose the space.
Jesus. I ain't quite attached that attached to my keyboard.
Well, you don't have a keyboard that has only 40 to 60 made.
Yeah, if it was like a grand piano, I'd probably be pretty attached to it.
But, you know, so, yeah, it's not a well-known, well-sought-after bass, but kudos to me. That's one of my lifetime accomplishments that I wasn't expecting.
Now let's talk about France.
So what the fuck?
Everybody's got an opinion on this shit.
I just think those motherfuckers are getting ballsier and ballsier.
Yep.
I don't think we need to be dragging Muslims into the street and killing them, though. And that's certainly what a lot of people seem to think.
No,
that's a bit unnecessary.
I don't know if that story about Donald Trump suggesting they wear identifying badges is true. I really fucking hope not.
It seems a little too far-fetched to be true.
But at the same time, it's something that has happened in history.
Mm-hmm.
It is true. He
really said that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad. We don't need to vote him to be president.
He doesn't need to be voted into president in the first fucking
He'll be the
place.
president that's like, yeah, president's so old school. Call me chancellor.
Yeah, no.
Chancellor Trump.
I support Donald Trump on my television screen firing people, but not as a fucking president.
No.
I support Donald Trump standing over a fucking floor that opens up with a noose tied around his neck and my hands on the fucking release valve. Disclaimer, I'm not actually going to murder Donald Trump. Don't freak out. It's a fucking joke, people.
Yeah, he'd probably sue you.
Yes, he'd be the first post-mortem fucking lawsuit.
Donald Trump's so powerful he can sue you from the grave.
Probably.
Like that South Park episode where they tried to sue the creator of the toilet.
I remember that.
But yeah, people don't need to be, out freaking trying to out and drag out and kill Muslims randomly because of this shit.
Well, I said it on Facebook. I'll say it here. Even if ISIS had 1 million soldiers, there's over 1 billion Muslims, so they wouldn't even account for 1% of the total number of Muslims.
No. And,
that's not to say there's not still a whole bunch of sneaky motherfuckers hiding amongst them.
There's a whole bunch of sneaky motherfuckers, no matter what kind of race you are, what kind of religion you are, what kind of nationality you are. Shady motherfuckers exist no matter what.
Yeah, but in this case, it's a bunch of organized motherfuckers with an agenda and targets.
And
it's not going to go any better for them than it did for Al-Qaeda, but
no.
You're right. They're getting ballsier.
But, persecuting Muslims because of the actions of a few extremist terrorist groups is like persecuting every American gun owner for the actions of a few crazy motherfuckers with a high-capacity firearm.
You mean they don't do that already?
Exactly. It's no fucking different. All right, we got, millions of gun owners in the U.S., and even worldwide in countries that you're even allowed to own firearms. Yet the people who go around crazy shooting and shit are a vast minority, just like Muslims, comparing Muslims to these terrorists. It's a vast minority, and we shouldn't be going around judging all for the actions of a few.
Those mass shooters do share a lot of common traits, though. None of which they're all young, they're all light-skinned, they're all psychotic. We've bred a generation of crazy fucking kids that are now crazy fucking adults, and these crazy fucking adults have the guns that we've always had, and they are using them. But if we get rid of the guns, they'll just use bombs.
Yeah. Fucking...
Mr. Boston Marathon brothers didn't need guns.
No, I mean, they had them, but they used pressure cooker bombs.
Yeah, something I didn't even know existed.
I mean,
touche.
And then you had fucking Mr. McVeigh, who fucking used fertilizer, racing fuel, in a box truck. All three of them, yeah, they have heavier regulations, but all three of them you can still freely fucking use and purchase.
Okay, Teddy's around. I'm gonna send him the. Let's not get into how the shit was made. That's information that shouldn't be shared. But yeah, McVeigh managed to take down half a building. Those motherfuckers managed to kill, I don't know how many people.
Like 100. Oh, you talking about Boston?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many people he managed to kill.
Are guns legal in France?
Very, very heavily restricted, and the guns that they were using are outright banned in France.
And it sure as shit didn't do them any good.
All right. From what I've heard, they were using AK-47s, which even in semi-automatic or even modified to being a straight pull, which means you have to rack the bolt for every shot fired like a bolt action.
Oh, that would be annoying as fuck.
Even those are banned. You cannot have an AK variant of any sort in France. Prohibited. That didn't do him a single damn bit of good.
Probably wouldn't have done them any good if they could have them, though.
No.
I mean, it's not like a bunch of motherfuckers carrying appropriate countermeasure equipment would have been available at a fucking heavy metal concert. Unless it was a really badass metal concert.
Yeah. Yeah, but
John, we can't hear you.
Yeah, John, you're cut out again.
You've been cut out for quite some time, so.
But you know, like not only that, but the other places where shit was hitting the fan, there could have at least like had people had the freedoms we had in the U.S. There could have been at least one.
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you now. But there could have been at least one or two other motherfuckers, you know, slinging lead back at them.
Could have been, could have, would have, should have.
Could have, would have, should have, but didn't.
Situation as it is that ISIS fucked up and now the whole world is on their asses.
Honestly, I'm kind of on the fence about the whole if France would have had gun things during that time, because yeah, if they had guns during then, they could have probably did something to fucking protect themselves from it, but then you also have to consider how many other motherfuckers over time would try and kill each other with those guns, so...
Well, yeah, I mean, in that state
I'm just saying it'd be nice to see some ISIS casualties.
I mean, you know, in amongst the confusion, in confusion of that scale, there would be unintended casualties. Someone would be trying to shoot at someone, shooting at ISIS, thinking the person shooting at ISIS was ISIS. It's in that kind of chaos, that shit would happen.
Bunch of stupid, untrained civilians that don't know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I like that link I found yesterday, even though it's probably fake as all shit, but the whole fucking Bloods and Crips joining together to fucking declare war on ISIS and shit.
I believe it.
I have trouble believing it.
Like I said, the mafia assisted the United States government during World War II. They were criminals, but they were Italian American criminals, and they were not too fond of Mussolini.
I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just saying the way it was written and shit, I doubt it was fucking anything legit.
Well, they aren't exactly articulate motherfuckers.
Yeah, I ended up seeing something interesting. It turned out to be fake, but you know, as with a lot of the shit you see on the internet. But it was like one of those. It was like some sort of demotivational meme with this guy, General Jack Pershing, is this thing telling about how like back in the early 1900s before World War I, there were Muslim extremists, and what he did to them is he tied them up. Slaughtered, brought in some hogs, slaughtered them in front of them, dipped the bullets in the hog's blood, and shot them with it. That proved to be fake.
Wow. Damn, that's cold.
That is pretty cold. That would have been a pretty big fuck you to them, you know. But, you know.
Oh, humanity, you're so fucked up.
And people wonder why bad shit happens.
Yeah, this is why we bomb you.
You not only kill us, but you damn us to hell when we're trying to get the 40 virgins.
72.
Whatever.
So, any word from Teddy then?
He's asked me if we're ready, and I sent him the link, and he saw it about
3 minutes ago.
3 minutes ago. So he's now probably trying to wrap his brain about this shit again.
But, you know,
Hello.
We have to all wish Teddy was here. Come on, wish with me. Wish hard.
We wish for Teddy to be
We wish
here.
for Teddy to be here.
We wish for
We
Teddy
wish.
to be here. In unison.
We wish for Teddy to be here. We wish for Teddy to be here. We wish for Teddy to be here.
We
Oh. It would have been funny if he popped in when that happened. What the fuck?
How did I get here? How did I fucking get here?
Where the fuck am I? I was just fucking some bad chick and now I'm here.
Is it sad every time he types something in the group, I just read it in that voice he does with the fucking bear and shit?
Yeah.
I can't. I don't want to know what his real voice sounds like because it's just going to sound weird. Like it won't feel like I'm talking to the same person anymore.
That'd be kind of cool if that was his actual voice, though.
It would be, yeah.
So, how much you want to bet he's going to be at McDonald's this time?
Always. Dude, we went all the way fucking to Muscatine, which is what, like 35 miles away?
I'd say about 27-ish.
Okay. To get some motherfucking Dunkin' Donuts. And the motherfucking Dunkin' Donuts wasn't open. I think they were, but the bitch wasn't answering the fucking drive-through. So we said, fuck it. We went to Taco Bell. And then this motherfucker's like, I don't want anything. What do you want? I'm like, motherfucker, now I feel bad.
I was fucking sicker than shit, though.
Yeah, true. Some Taco Bell might have fixed you right up, though.
Taco Bell's fucking delicious. I don't care what anybody says.
It is fucking delicious, but it just don't sound like the best idea when your stomach's tying itself in knots.
Now I want Taco Bell.
Taco hell.
Yeah.
We got a ding.
I want them glorious taco shits.
We got a ding.
So you live literally in the middle of nowhere, fucking Iowa, don't you?
Yeah,
man.
pretty well. Pretty much. And I grew up in the middle of bumfuck Pennsylvania. Like, it.
I pretty much live in fucking...
I heard the noise. Where was... Oh, I thought that was Teddy joining.
Yeah. I live in the middle of fucking Omaha, Nebraska. All I have to do is literally just walk downtown and just walk across the bridge and I'm in fucking Iowa.
Well, that means you're like, what, 6 hours away from us then?
Think so.
Yeah, because we're on the, we're close to the Mississippi River.
We're on the borders of Missouri and Illinois.
Yeah. Well, closer to the border of Illinois than Missouri.
Well, yeah, but we're still pretty damn close to the border of Missouri, too.
Oh, yeah, close enough to go down to the Missouri reservation and get tax-free cigarettes.
We're in the fucking meth belt.
Ah, wonderful meth belt.
Yep, some states have their nice things about them. We have methamphetamine. Never touched this shit myself. Don't plan to.
I refuse.
It doesn't look attractive.
No,
But
it
there's a
doesn't make.
lot. I sure as fuck could if I wanted to. There's a lot of that shit out here.
Doesn't even make you look attractive.
No shit.
Shit makes people ugly quick.
Maybe it's like beer, where when you're on it and around people that are on it, they look way, way hotter.
I don't know.
I have no idea. I want to move to the middle of a bumfuck nowhere area. I fucking hate the city.
Piss off with your bitching.
Eh.
You think you want to live in the middle of nowhere until you live in the middle of nowhere. Until you witness what the weather is like here. Remember when it was
Different.
warm?
I'm only a state away from him.
It was warm like 2 days ago, like 60s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
At night.
Yeah.
60s at night. There is now about 2 foot of snow on the ground.
I actually had to use my 4-wheel drive to get to work last night.
Cody crashed his fucking car.
So basically the same weather we get up here then. Bipolar ass shit.
And windy.
Oh, from Pennsylvania, you know, if you know, if you're living down in the valley like I was, you don't like the weather there. Shit, just drive up the mountain drive up to the top of the hill, out of the valley. It'll be totally different weather. You could be fucking severe thunderstorms down in the valley. Go up there, fucking 75 and sunny.
Yeah.
All right, so
Where the fuck is Teddy?
clap your hands if you believe in Teddy.
We believe in you, Teddy.
Damn it.
Once
Thought he
more.
would have appeared.
Can he join in once it's already live?
Yeah. All you need is the link.
If I can get myself back into my laptop that I forgot the password for, I could.
Dumb ass.
Shit happens.
All he needs to do is just click the link that's in the group.
You know what I realized today?
Huh.
I didn't pick up and look at that fucking double barrel pump action. Why the fuck did I not look at it? Neither of us did. We were so blown away by its awesomeness that I think we thought it was too sacred to touch.
Probably. I was worried that I'd jizz myself.
Dude, it looked like something you'd use to take on the hordes of hell and doom.
Yeah.
It was a very, very modern looking firearm.
Very, you know, you can even say slightly futuristic.
Yes.
It was badass. Double barrel pump action 12 gauge shotgun.
Unfortunately, with no feature that allows you to fire both barrels at the same time, though.
But still, you know, handy. Just boom, you know.
Yeah.
Quick enough with trigger, you know, you just it'd be practically the same thing.
It definitely doubles the speed of a pump action.
And you know, if like say if one shell was enough for one target, and you had another target that the shell would be enough, you could just boom, boom. You know.
Or you could load it with alternating ammo.
Yeah.
Slug, buckshot, slug, buckshot, slug, buckshot, grizzly bear round. How about a double barrel pump action 2 gauge?
Are you asking to bend the laws of physics?
Yes. I'm asking.
You trying to knock the Earth out of its orbit?
Nah. Teddy says stuff is going on. I don't know if this is a declaration of the podcast not happening, or, well, it's already happened. It's been a fucking 20-minute long meandering of random fucking topics. So let's keep going.
Yes.
Charlie Sheen has HIV. I feel so bad for Charlie Sheen. And since he was diagnosed 4 years ago, his big public holy shit meltdown is now way more depressing than it was before.
And in other news, I'm not fucking surprised because it's Charlie Sheen.
I'm not surprised he has HIV. My only question is, did he get it from a needle or did he get it from a woman or a man?
No.
All I know is I actually have to look up to him, though. At least he's staying positive.
Yeah. I mean, he's still Charlie Sheen. He's still like Like,
missed that joke entirely.
yeah, I totally did. I
But
just got the joke.
it sucks, but he's a fighter. I'm pretty sure he's Charlie Sheen. He didn't. If he knew it 4 years ago and he's still doing the shit, I doubt he really gives a fuck. I mean, because it's Charlie fucking Sheen. Even if he does have HIV, fucking there'll be fucking women and people out there just fucking lining up just to fucking get with him anyway.
Oh, there are people out there with a fetish for catching HIV, so he's fine.
Yeah.
And I'm not making that up. That's actually true.
And, a majority of the women he fucked anyways within the last 4 years have probably been hookers, so,
But just think about it. All those hookers probably fuck all the other movie stars, so there could be an HIV epidemic now.
In Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, dun, dun!
Now
Charlie Sheen's gonna be the... Just imagine Charlie Sheen's HIV virus is gonna mutate, and he's gonna be the start of the zombie apocalypse.
Oh my God, Charlie Sheen is patient zero for the apocalypse. That would be legendary. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, it would.
Can I have one of them?
Yeah.
Pop quiz. What was Charlie Sheen's first spoken word in movies?
No clue.
Drugs.
Drugs.
Really?
Yeah. His first spoken line was in Ferris Bueller's Day Off when he goes in and gets handcuffed next to that other guy. That's Charlie Sheen. The only thing he says is he looks at him, he says, drugs. That's the only line he has in the movie.
Well, that's Charlie Sheen.
I watched a Charlie Sheen movie recently, Young Guns.
I liked him in the Scary Movie series.
Yeah. I like Charlie Sheen. I always have. I like 2.5 Men too. Fuck all y'all.
Yeah, 2.5. I love that show.
I know, but
I liked it before when Charlie Sheen was in it.
Well, it doesn't count with fucking Ashton. That goes without saying.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen was, he pretty much made the show. I mean, yeah, he was like the half of the 2.5 Men, Well, not really. He was one of the men. He
was a man and a half, and Alan didn't count.
Yeah, pretty much. Thank you for providing a very accurate.
He was a man and a half, and so was the kid was a man, and Alan was just a fucking queer.
I mean, you didn't watch the show for Alan. You watched the show for Charlie.
Well, I would sometimes watch it for Alan.
Their maid was pretty funny.
Yeah, what's it, Berta?
Yeah,
he is the shit. I love Berta.
Yeah.
I would hang out with Berta.
Right?
I like the psychotic stalker fucking neighbor chick.
Oh God! It comes around by crawling in the window.
Yeah, that's
one that he eventually ended up marrying in the show, I think.
And then she murdered him, but she didn't really murder him.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a totally fucked up thought. But what if Charlie got infected by HIV when he called Lorne McDonald or whatever a Jew kike to his face, and he just pulled out an AIDS needle and stabbed him?
Lorne fucked up, I guess.
That would be fucked up.
How dare you! I own you! I don't know if he talks like a stereotypical Jew. Probably not. I did read something about him getting, like, people blackmailing him about it and shit, so I'm wondering if that had something to do with the 2.5 Men thing falling apart. Tell everybody you have AIDS, motherfucker. See how that does for your career. Fuck you, Jew kike. Jew kike. Who says Jew kike? Is it really necessary? It's redundant as fuck to say Junkai.
Yeah.
It's like saying Shylock Kike. That doesn't even flow good.
What was the what's the origin of the word kite? It just seems so out of place. You know.
I don't know. They all have stupid origins. Shylock comes from a fucking Shakespearean play. I don't know which one. I don't know where Sheeny comes from.
Eve is
Hebrew.
yeah.
Okay, so that's where Heb comes from. Kike, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not.
Maybe it's a German word.
Possibly.
Sitting here trying to discuss the fucking origin of racism.
In other news, Pepsi Vanilla is awesome. Even
It's
better.
from the 1800s in fucking UK.
Of course it is.
Mhm. Yep, another British thing that doesn't make sense.
Fucking kike! Yeah, that sounds like something someone in the UK would have come up with.
Yeah, it makes sense now.
No offense, UK people. Actually, I don't give a fuck if I offend people on the other side of the world. Fuck y'all. Your food sucks.
Haven't you noticed that anything that doesn't make sense British-wise is like anything in British speech that does not make sense? Once you speak it in a British accent, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, you can't speak Cockney with an American accent.
Yeah, I mean, you got like if you think something British, if you think Cockney doesn't make sense, speak it with a British accent, it'll make perfect sense after that.
Speaking of British accents, Eli, Liquid Snake, whatever, stole Sahelanthropus from me in Metal Gear Solid 5. And to my knowledge, that's the first time they really have him speak in the game, like more than just a word or two at a time. He has the exact same accent and tone to his voice as Malfoy.
Maybe Malfoy's the voice actor.
No. I'm talking young Malfoy. He's only like 10 in the game.
I'm totally excited to get that game in the game system.
All right, well, you know what? Let's talk these fucking movies since Teddy isn't here. All right. First off, Robocop versus Terminator, the first two. I don't like Terminator, the first one. I never have. I think it's corny. I think the special effects have all aged very badly. This is a minor thing, but I can't stand what's her name's hair. And I think Michael Biehn is just an atrocious actor.
Only thing I really enjoyed about the first Terminator, I mean, I can understand like now the whole graphics and all that. It's like, of course they're gonna fucking look shitty. Back then, it wasn't really as corny when I first saw it as it is now. I like Arnold Schwarzenegger as an actor. I will agree that fucking what's his name can't act for shit. But I mean, I don't really have much of an opinion on it. I liked it for what it is. I still like it for what it is. So
Never liked it. As far as I'm considered, Terminator starts with the second one.
Yeah, but pretty much, what we're comparing between Terminator, the Terminator, and then Terminator 2 is the Terminator. It's a cult classic. You have your small but loyal fan base, and it's a great movie in concept. And I actually enjoy the first movie. Then you go to
the second one better. Yeah.
You go to its sequel, Terminator 2. That movie went from cult classic of the first one
to game changer
to
movie.
like mainstream blockbuster busting, epic success of a movie.
Movies that people are still trying to catch the thunder of today.
And that it's a very rare phenomenon to have the sequel oust the first what preceded it in very many circumstances in the movie world. I mean, it's a rare breed of movie.
It is, but let's talk about that when we get to that movie. Right now, we're talking about Terminator.
But yeah, I mean, as far as story goes, compared to a lot of other action movies, and even cult classics, it's a rather drawn out. It's pretty drawn out. I mean,
yeah, not a lot of incredibly cool shit happens in the first Terminator. It's just Arnold shows up, shoots a. What does he have in that movie? He's got like a pistol,
a shotgun.
He's got something else, doesn't he?
He has an M16 with the buttstock removed.
Okay. So he shows up, it's like a club or something, and he just shoots everything he sees because even though he's a Terminator and it's movie villain syndrome. His aim is awful despite being a kill droid.
Yeah.
And then they go somewhere and her and him have a talk, and then Terminator shows up and he shoots at a bunch of people but never hits them. And they go off somewhere and they talk a little bit more, and then they fuck, and then Terminator shows up, and then it gets really cool because like they burn off his skin, and like you're like, oh wow, so he's like a robot under there, wow. And the whole scene in the factory, it's always in a fucking factory.
Yeah.
And they show that Terminator is not really all that durable because they blow him up with a pipe bomb.
But also, like, according to the lore, the first movie had a significantly less durable T-101, is it?
I think so, yeah.
Whatever model it is, it's significantly weaker than the model in the succeeding ones. But yeah, I mean, for what it is, it's a starter of an epic series. But as far as a movie itself, there's definitely better out there. I mean, I can't rate the first Terminator movie as one of the best movies I've ever seen, because that'd be an outright lie.
It has
I have to agree with that. I mean, I like the movie, but I like the fucking second one way better, because honestly, I didn't really start giving a fuck about the whole story and what was going on with it until fucking the John Connor fucking shit came in with the second one. So
the first one does have basically all of the lines that everybody quotes, though.
Yeah.
I'll be back. Chill out. Think what?
Or like,
or no, that's the second one. Fuck you, asshole.
Or the gun show. I want the phase plasma rifle in the 40-watt range. Only what you see here, buddy.
Was it the first one where he fucking robs the motorcyclist of his fucking jacket and shit? I need your coat, your shoes.
Yeah, I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
Yeah.
They try to put no, that's the second one.
No.
They try to fight him, and he kills all of them, and then he just takes off, and he has the iconic Terminator look. I'm not going to say it's a horrible movie. If it was on, I would watch it.
Yeah, it's a decent movie.
I just don't like it that much.
It's just they're better. It's a good movie in its own right, but it's not.
It's probably that I don't like it because Terminator 2 exists, and it's just so much fucking better.
All right, so move on to Robocop 1 then.
Robocop 1. I love the fuck out of Robocop. Robocop is amazing.
I liked the older Robocops.
Yeah.
honestly.
Now, since it's been a very long time since I've seen any RoboCop movies, RoboCop 1 has the scene where RoboCop, or they're driving through and the guy gets these chemicals spilled on him and he gets half melted and splats on the windshield.
Yep.
Yep, that's a great fucking movie. I love it.
The movie where we learned why Red Foreman was such a hard ass. Because that's Red Foreman. I'm convinced of it. He survived being spiked in the neck by fucking RoboCop, and he just said fuck it and went to Wisconsin, got married, and had a kid.
And, you know,
So for
I-
the first RoboCop, for this one, I haven't seen this one in like a year or so, and I just watched the newer one last night. Is it basically the same thing to where dude gets fucking caught in an explosion and shit because of?
It's not even close to the same. He gets cornered by a group of gangsters, and they start shooting him very slowly at first, like blowing off his arms and legs. And then they just unload on him, and it's like this really close shot of his face looking all dead. And then the screen just goes black, and then it's RoboCop's vision, and he just sees people doing shit to him. And you don't see RoboCop for a while after they built him. You see him like in the background in shadows and shit, and then you finally get like a badass reveal of him.
Are you talking about the original? Yeah.
And this RoboCop, the original RoboCop, did not remember that he was Alex Murphy. He didn't remember shit. He was a robot.
Yeah, his brain was. I guess, like, did they use his brain?
Yeah, his
But-
brain and that patch of fucking face. That's all that's left on him that's organic.
But with him being dead, they must. He had to have been, you know, brain dead. So, like, of course, he wouldn't really have his memory. So they got that kind of realism.
He's got
type
little
thing.
bits and pieces of his memory, but he's probably never going to be able to put it all together. We'll talk about the new movie when we get to the new movie. Does it in a completely different fucking way, and it's really fucked up.
I've never seen the new one.
They give him that fucking gun though. I want. What the fuck is that called? The Auto 9?
I think so.
It fires like a 3-round burst, doesn't it?
I think
That
it's
is so
badass.
cool.
And I loved all the little commercials that they had in there. The one car, the freaking the 80s cool fucking
That car that gets like 8 miles to the gallon.
yeah,
And everybody wants one.
and then freaking the SPF 9000 sunscreen.
Just coat a good layer of this onto you. Or like the newscasters, a space laser fired off and took out the entire South Pacific. And they're just so fucking, it's the news. You're used to hearing this shit at this point.
You know,
That comes from it being a Paul Verhoeven movie, the guy who made Total Recall and fucking
that was another good Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
what the fuck is that movie called where it's like the army, they're going out to fight space slugs? Starship Troopers.
Yeah,
Starship Troopers is really similar to RoboCop in like tone.
two very good movies. I love those movies.
Yeah. My favorite scene in RoboCop is the debut of the Ed 209 when he fucking annihilates that dude with his machine gun.
Yeah,
Drop your weapons and lay on the ground. You have 20 seconds to comply. And he does. It's like, you have 10 seconds to comply. They couldn't have picked a more intimidating voice for that thing to have.
right.
And I have seen the Ed 209's look incorporated into so many games and comics and movies. And the Ed 209 is a very, very, very iconic robot. And its design continues in movies today.
Oh yeah,
I've seen shit in Metal Gear that looks like an Ed 209.
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, 209 kind of is a Metal Gear.
So anything you want to say else you want to say about the fucking first Terminator or Robocop or shit?
Fun fact: the police cars that the Detroit Police Department used is the most unlikely of police vehicles, and it was actually offered as a police package in that era.
What?
A Ford Taurus.
No shit.
Yep.
They look like Tauruses.
Yep, those are like late '80s Tauruses.
Ford Tauruses are durable.
Oh yeah.
It's not exactly a bad idea for a police car in a town like that. Oh, there's more cool things to bring up in both movies. So let's just bring up the cool moments of the movies, because don't take my I don't like Terminator as a don't go see Terminator, because you should see Terminator. It's one of the movies you should just see.
It's a must-see movie.
But cool moments. Those fucking guns in Robocop.
Yes.
Whatever the hell those were, I want one.
Right?
Weren't they called like Cobra cannons or something?
Just give me one of every kind.
Thing was amazing. It just blows an Ed 209 in half.
Just give me one of every kind of gun in Robocop, and I'll be sad.
Robocop's sidekick, that chick, she was cool.
Yeah.
She was a great female character.
Dude getting splatted on the windshield.
Oh, yes. Splat. Help me!
Like half fucking melted amorphous blob of melted person, and
put the woman down. He does it. Shoots him right in the dick. Oh, shit.
Yes, that was a great. Any other cool ones, John?
Not really.
Talk about cool moments in the Terminator movie.
Cool moments in
the Buglers.
Cool moments in the Terminator.
Definitely, I'll be back, and then coming back and slamming that car into the building.
Yes.
Yeah.
Badass.
The sheer persistence of the Terminator, even when he's like almost completely like incapacitated, like he is missing half his arm, both of his legs, and half of his fucking torso. He's still trying to kill Sarah Connor. That is the most badass example of persistence I have seen in a villain.
You know, that whole thing of them trying to kill Sarah Connor really never fucking made sense to me. I mean,
well, in that time, in the Terminator, I mean, John Connor wasn't even born yet. He wasn't even conceived until like approximately halfway, or even more than even further than halfway through the movie. So to do the goal in the other movies to kill John Connor, they would have to kill Sarah Connor to prevent him from being born.
yeah, I know, and I mean that makes sense and shit too. But it's like during the whole first thing, it's like they never made any mention to why Sarah Connor must die. So when I'm first seeing the Terminator, I'm like, okay, why? Why does she have to die? What's your beef with them? Then they have Terminator 2 come out, and it's like, oh, that's why.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
But I think why they're trying to kill Sarah Connor in the first movie. I mean, I think they did make it clear. Like Kyle Reese did say something about John Connor.
I think John tells him before he sends him back, like, it's my mom, dude. You got to make sure my mom doesn't die before I'm born.
Yeah, I think that's what's going on. It's been a while since I've seen the original Terminator.
The opening scenes of all the RoboCops all the Terminator movies are all very blurry to me, because I don't give a fuck about what's happening in the future that leads to these events, because they always tell us John Connor, our great leader who stopped the Skynet and led the rebellion to victory, We never get to see how he did that in any of the fucking movies. Even in this one, you just like in the background, Skynet's central core has been destroyed. Well, how the fuck did you do that? And then, we'll get to that. So yeah, I don't give a shit. It's always the same shit. They're showing me the exact same shit in all the movies. You're sending a motherfucker back through time. Okay.
Yeah.
The first one is the hardest to remember because it spends so much time in the bleak ass, poorly lit future, where people are apparently so stupid that they don't realize that a 6'7", 300-pound Austrian man who looks very healthy probably isn't one of them, because they're fucking mole people living underground.
Yeah, but if I remember right from one of the scenes, that one of the Terminators that does infiltrate the base isn't a tall. It doesn't look like Arnold Schwarzenegger at all.
Okay.
He's a normal height person. I think they even dirtied him up a little bit to kind of make him look shabby,
Okay, fair enough.
But like they mentioned in the movie, the only way they could, the only reliable way to identify a Terminator was if a dog went nuts around him.
Yeah, there's a lot of expanded universe to the Terminator too. Like originally they had rubber skin, and then they eventually figured out
how to make it more organic.
I'm just like, let's just grow actual human tissue out on the outside of it. That way it can bleed. Again, if they see it bleed, they might think it's a human.
Yeah, there's a lot of inconsistencies when it comes to the whole Terminator thing.
The thing I can't figure out is what the fuck model Arnold even is. He's either a T-101 or a T-800.
I think he's the T-800.
T-800
the one in Terminator 2 that he fought against was a T-1000.
T-800 Model 101.
Yep, T-800 is the T-800 or T-1000. It determines what series he is, and Model 101 is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
Because
so wait, specifically the Arnold Schwarzenegger one is the Model 101 of the T-800 series.
And then
there's other Terminators with the same endoskeleton but different outward appearances, probably.
Yep, and there's also there's T-800. I think there's T-1000, which is another endoskeleton one. I think that's the endoskeleton one in the other movies, the improved version.
Well, now there is the T-5000, which is the physical embodiment of Skynet, and the T-3000, which is what they turned John Connor into the new movie. But okay, Robocop wins this.
Yeah,
Robocop versus Terminator. As far as the first movies, Robocop wins it.
All right, so moving on to number 2. Now this one, some people don't like Robocop 2.
Is it the one where that features the drug called Nuke? Yep, the one they shoot in their neck.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that one a lot better than the first RoboCop.
I actually like RoboCop 2 more than RoboCop.
It's the one I've seen more, and yeah, it's a badass movie. I mean, I can see why you like RoboCop 2 better than RoboCop.
It's a very, very... Okay, we're established in this universe from the first movie. Now let's have a little bit of fun.
Yes. Like, they've pretty much established that Detroit has pretty much hit rock bottom and kept going down.
It's hit rock bottom so hard that a corporation is buying it out, tearing it down, and rebuilding the whole fucking city.
And it's still fucked up. So
the thing is, though, even as a kid, I would hear that plot and be like, I'm not really on the side of... Whose side am I on? I'm on the side of the bad guys. I think tearing down all this shit and rebuilding it is the best thing that could possibly happen to these people.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we're talking about fucking Detroit after it hit rock bottom and kept going, you know?
I mean, yeah, they took a drug lord that was also a cult leader and put him into Robocop 2, but
Whatever.
nobody's perfect.
You know, people have dumb ideas sometimes.
Yeah.
But, you know, that was a cool part of Robocop 2 when, you know, Robocop versus Robocop 2.
And he pulls out his brain and just squishes it.
Yeah. And that's the one where Robocop gets chainsawed apart, isn't it?
Yeah. Chainsawed and jackhammered. And fuck, what was I going to say? Oh, one of my favorite sequences in the movie is the failed Robocop 2s. The other ones they tried before, the one that like comes out and rips his fucking head off and there's like a screaming skull underneath it.
Yeah.
And the other one that just trips out and shoots itself.
That was pretty fucking...
And it still had the funny commercials and shit and the funny news stories. It wasn't the same director. It was the director of The Empire Strikes Back, actually.
Oh, cool.
I like that RoboCop is slightly more human, but it's ever so slightly. And that's how it should stay. He's never going to 100% be a normal human being again because he's fucking not.
No.
This is also the one where OmniCorp puts the 400 directives in his head and it drives him nuts. Like, it makes him act like a total pansy.
Yeah.
Remember, kids, do not waste water. He walks up on them kids playing on a hydrant and fucking closes it. And they're like, you dick. And he tries to give an inspirational speech to that fucking Little League team that just beat the shit out of that guy in that store and is robbing him.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's a bad city.
Yeah.
Fucking Little League teams robbing a bunch of motherfuckers.
Right? What the fuck?
And eventually, like, they got him all laid up and they're looking at his directives and like, oh my God, how the hell is he functioning? And they're like, is there anything that can be done about this? He's just laying there still. And they're like, well, maybe if he took a really hard electrical charge and he just gets up and he fucking walks over to a fucking transformer, grabs both of them and no directives found. Okay. What you thinking? I'm thinking the bad guy's name. He's like,
Kane.
I'm gonna get Kane. I'm thinking about Kane.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking sweet.
I love RoboCop 2. The best line in the whole movie is when RoboCop and RoboCop 2 are fighting. And there's like ambulances exploding and innocent people getting killed. And the old man, did someone just knock?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll finish that thought.
Yes. Pause the podcast.
Will do.
Okay. We shall return after these messages.
All right.